I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, July the 31st, 2015. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sharply condemned a terror attack against a Palestinian family that happened early this morning that left a baby dead and his family members injured. The deadly attack took place in the early hours of this morning, allegedly by right-wing Jewish extremists in the Arab village of Duma in the West Bank. Two masked men broke the windows of two Palestinian homes and threw Molotov cocktails inside, setting them ablaze. 1.5-year-old baby Ali Dwabsha was killed, and his 4-year-old brother and both his parents were critically injured. They were airlifted by Israel to Tel HaShomer Medical Center for treatment. Graffiti with the words "revenge" and other slogans were also found at the scene. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said he was shocked over the horrific act, calling it, quote, an act of terrorism in every respect. Netanyahu said Israel acts with a strong hand against terror, and it does not matter who are its perpetrators. Ynet reports that the Prime Minister also conveyed his horror to Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas.
We condemn this. There is zero tolerance for terrorism, wherever it comes from, whatever side of the fence it comes from. We have to fight it and fight it together.
Israeli Defense Minister Moshe Yaalon called the incident a most severe terrorist act that we cannot tolerate, and we condemn in every way. Yaalon said all Israeli security forces were committed to finding those responsible. He said, "We will not allow Jewish terrorists to harm the lives of Palestinians across Judea and Samaria. We will fight them in every way with every tool at our disposal." And both Israeli and Palestinian security forces remained on high alert throughout the West Bank today, as terror group Hamas called for a day of rage and proclaimed every Israeli is now a legitimate target in response to the Duma attack. Later this morning, a Palestinian driver carried out a drive-by shooting attack on an Israeli vehicle in the West Bank near the settlement of Kochav HaShachar. The Israeli driver was able to fire back at the shooter. There were no injuries reported. Several hours later, Palestinians clashed with IDF soldiers in Hebron, throwing rocks and burning tires at the security forces, who were able to disperse the crowd. 6 Israelis were stabbed yesterday during the annual Gay Pride Parade in Jerusalem. The suspect is Yishai Schlissel, who carried out a similar attack 10 years ago when he stabbed 3 Israelis at the 2005 Gay Pride Parade in the city. He served 10 years in jail and was freed just a month ago. At yesterday's parade, a 16-year-old girl was critically wounded, a 26-year-old man was seriously wounded, and 2 men and 2 women were lightly wounded by Schlissel, who called the marchers in the parade sinners. Israeli leaders strongly condemned the attack, including Prime Minister Netanyahu, who said, "In the state of Israel, the freedom of personal choice is one of the basic values we cherish. We must guarantee that in Israel, every man and woman will live in safety in any way they choose." The Anti-Defamation League said it was shocked and horrified at the attack. Director of the ADL's Israel office, Carol Nuriel, issued a statement saying that Jerusalem's Pride Parade celebrates the city's diverse and vibrant LGBT community. That celebration has once again been violated with violence and hatred. The chief rabbi of Jerusalem, Aryeh Stern, visited the victims of the attack, which he said was, quote, totally contrary to the Torah. Stern said differences of opinion and dispute are legitimate and will continue, but raising one's hand against one's fellow is forbidden. Schlissel underwent a psychological evaluation today and was found fit to stand trial, and the Jerusalem Magistrates Court has extended his remand by 12 days. A man suspected of ordering a deadly attack on a Polish village during the Holocaust will not be going to trial. German prosecutors said they will not continue to pursue a war crimes investigation against former Nazi commander, now 96-year-old Michael Karkuk, as he has been determined unfit to stand trial. Karkuk, who now lives in the United States, is said to have commanded a unit in the SS-led Ukrainian Self-Defense Legion, accused of burning villages filled with women and children, and later lying to American officials about it. Karkuk's family maintains he was not involved in any war crimes. The Jewish Council for Public Affairs announced today that it will honor outgoing President Rabbi Steve Guto on his 10 years of service at the Council's annual town hall meeting Sunday, October the 11th in Washington. Guto is being recognized for his years of interfaith efforts, advocacy for a secure Israel, fighting the BDS movement, anti-genocide work, and many social issues like countering poverty and hunger in America. The JCPA said they will also celebrate Guto's achievements by creating a special session for future JCPA conferences named in his honor, the Rabbi Steve Guto Partners in Faith Forum. Also being honored at the JCPA event in October, disabilities advocate Vivian Bass and local Jewish community leader and philanthropist Stuart Kurlander with the Tikkun Olam Award. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, July the 31st. Remember, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed at 7:30 by the Hazamir Kfar Saba concert. And looking ahead this weekend, a replay of the Maccabi games in Berlin's opening ceremonies are coming up Sunday at 12 noon. Also, more highlights from the games will air tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. You can check out all the information on our website, jbstv.org. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.